What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. I'd like to thank all you guys that came to the live stream last night. Man, we had a really good time. Especially that little spoof I did with my grandfather, John Wash, and Shannon Sharp, as if he was Shannon Sharp's grandson, what he would tell him. And it came out really funny, man. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. But as you can see, I'm under the weather. I don't know if this is sinuses or allergies, but I feel like crap, guys, today. So I'm gonna be on here short today. But I wanted to talk about a video, a news article I seen yesterday about some people putting up wanted posters for the three officers, you know, Jadarius Bean, Justin Smith, and Demetrius Haley, all three Memphis ex-officers and Scorpion team members were found not guilty. Now, I said what I had to say about that trial, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that today, but I want to show you the news article about these three stories. And, you know, these three wanted posters they're putting up, which I disagree with. This is some corny stuff. But then again, when people are upset and outraged and, you know, this type of stuff does happen. Take a look, man.
Top of that, many in Memphis are continuing to react to the not guilty verdicts in the death of Tyre Nichols. And tonight, the most shocking reaction of all, wanted posters, disturbing calls for vigilante justice for the three former police officers who were acquitted in Tyre's death. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. The posters are located on light poles in Cooper Young. WREG's Raven Copeland has reaction to the verdicts and the message for the city during this time.
We have gotten so much injustice from this city.
Say that.
That is ridiculous.
Say that.
My son was murdered.
That's right.
By 5 Memphis police
That's
officers.
right. Murder.
He was murdered.
Murder. Murder.
And 3 of them got off.
There are people in the Memphis community who share some of the same emotions that Tyre Nichols' family is carrying. Some are more vocal than others. Wanted posters in Cooper Young say the 3 former officers are wanted dead or unalive for Nichols' deadly police beating.
I don't condone those posters at all. I haven't seen them. Have you seen them? Okay, I haven't seen those posters. I don't condone the posting of those posters. What I do understand is a deep hurt and agony and pain for people in this city right now.
Representative Justin Pearson says he encourages the community to express their emotions, but he advises them to do it in a non-violent way. However, he also voiced his disappointment over Wednesday's verdict.
And for someone to see those videos of Tyre Nichols being beaten to death by these officers and to come back with not guilty, like that does something.
The verdict in Nichols' deadly police beating has also resulted in distrust of the Memphis Police Department. However, Memphis Mayor Paul Young and Police Chief C.J. Davis say they're focused on restoring the community's perception of the city's law enforcement.
We recognize the pain and grief this incident has caused, and the men and women of the Memphis Police Department remain committed to rebuilding trust and working together toward a stronger, safer Memphis for all.
Reporting from Cooper Young, for your news leader, Raven Copeland, WREG News Channel 3.
That's the news, and let me tell you something. Anytime you have some type of thing you're trying to organize and it's free to the public, any type of person will come, and you don't know who acts like they're down to with your agenda, but has their own agenda in mind too. And a lot of times you can have rallies, you can have different things like that. Not in the case of this situation. This is just somebody putting signs up. But you got to be careful of when you have stuff open to the public, that they don't put their own public opinion into your goal or narrative of what you're trying to prove. Reason why I brought that up is everybody's upset about the verdict, and rightfully so. I don't see how anybody with common sense does that, but I think, like I said before, I gave my opinion on why I think they said not guilty. We'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later on. But, you know, this whole thing with putting these signs up, man, that's just stupid stuff. What's the thing is this? If you look at the sign, you can tell it's some stupid ass that put it up there. wanted dead or unalived. Ain't that the same damn thing? So wanted dead or deader? Like, makes no sense. Either way, somebody got their little 20 seconds of fame. But moving along, I'm gonna talk a little bit about this trial real fast. I was there when the juror was introduced and shown and all this other stuff, right? I was there when they first seen the video, so on and so forth. I think this story is far from over, but we'll never get the questions to the answers that we need. But I think I have an idea of what a couple of them answers was to the questions. First thing is why they said no. They wasn't guilty. First of all, like I said, they from another county. And I still think it's wrong for them to go and get jurors away from something where it happened and they're going to get charged in that court and they're going to jail in that city till they go to the federal, federal sentencing. I think that's wrong. So what, the Memphians don't count? Oh, they know about the case. Yeah, but they only knew surface knowledge like everybody else did. And then when they started showing the case, right? And I never said this in my videos. When they started showing the case or told them what they was going to be there for, some of the people were like, because they already knew what the case was. You see what I'm saying? I don't know why they worry about getting somebody from out of town anyway. That shit ain't happen out of town. All that does, whether the prosecution agreed with it, the offense agreed with it or not, with the prosecution, when they went and got this outside stuff, which was the defense's call to do, just relying on the tape wasn't enough. These people come from places where they don't have huge waves of crime back to back to back like Memphis does. I mean, it's crime in Chattanooga. It's crimes everywhere. But situation here, where it's like reckless and stuff like that, lawless at some places, you know what I'm saying? That's not running rampant from where they at. So who are they to judge the people in Memphis and be brought in on a high profile case? What you think about that shit? I think there was deliberation drama. When they went into deliberation, right? Wednesday morning, I think it was. Well, Wednesday afternoon. Or Tuesday, I can't remember what time last week. When they went in after lunchtime, I said they'll have a verdict by today. Me, everybody knew. Yo, ain't no way. And they was like, we'll do it tomorrow. When I seen that, I'm like, well, first thing in the morning, they'll have a verdict. When we got around 11 o'clock, I said, something's wrong. In my head, I said, something wrong. I said, something is wrong. Come to find out, one juror left and another juror got sick during deliberations, not during the trial. Peep that. All of a sudden, they got sick. It was drama in them deliberations. And I think the men, there were 6 men and 10 women. I think the men were the ones that had the drama going. Because when you looked at the women was like, yo, this is messed up. When that video would come on, it was too much for them. Even near the end, when they showed the mic where Haley and Martin kicked Tyre Nichols in the face, you could hear the boot crack against the face. They was jumping. The guys were desensitized by this time. Every time they put the video on, it was women that was disturbed. The guys were just sitting there. And I could already look at one of them dudes during the last time I was in there. I'm like, this dude act like he don't give a fuck about nothing. He sat in the back. White dude, just tall white dude sat in the back. Sometimes he'd be laughing and talking and shit. His mind was made up. A lot of their minds was made up. Because I'm going to tell you something. Somebody, you could see a video and somebody looking really bad, getting something done to him. Like, oh, that's messed up. Then you put the words drugs or drug addict or identity theft behind it. You look at that video a little bit different. Oh, that's probably why he's getting his ass beat. Or that's why he died. That's why he this. That's why he that. Once they turn these people, or some of these people, towards the fact of Tyre smoked weed. That's a stereotype. They say the ninjas love weed. And stolen credit cards. What the news show most of the time. People stealing identities. It be what? People from a lower income comment. A lot of times they be black folk. He was doing drugs and he was stealing. That was his MO operandi, or whatever they call that. Method of operation. That's what he was doing. Didn't worry about him being in FedEx. Once they seen that, I think they tainted it. And the way they kept running it in the defense, he looked like he dropped something between the cars. They never went over there and checked the cars. It's hard being a cop in Memphis. Did what they had to do. Memphis has a bad name, violent-wise, or a bad reputation. These people out here from Chattanooga know about Memphis. A lot of them probably ain't never been there. And the ones that did probably got horror stories that they either heard from somebody else or something that happened to them there. Either way, that bad energy leaked onto the jury. All of a sudden, one sick and one left? Nah. Something went down in that room. And they was like, we want to make a decision and get out. And they was like, hey, let's just talk about this type of stuff. And it was like, no. And then somebody, I think the men probably built this thing up to where the women was like, you know what? I just want to leave. Don't even worry about it. Boom. What are you picking it? Boom, let's do it. Let's do it. But them people were serious. They was writing notes and stuff like that. I know something happened. Why one get sick all of a sudden and then the other one left? While they was doing the liberation, the most important part, something went on in that courtroom where they was battling. And some people was like, you know what? Some people wasn't going to change their mind no matter what. And you know, when you don't change your mind, you got to keep going another day. They be like, you know what? I just don't even want to deal with this. Boom. Hell, for all we know, the jurors might not even like each other. It's one of them things. Anyway, I feel like trash, guys. That's my opinion. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Guys, I got to get off here. I'm done for the day. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I hope I'm glad you enjoyed the live stream last night. I did too. Guys, I got to take it down. I feel like crap.